Welcome back to The Explainer. So, today we're tackling something that literally affects almost every single one of us who uses a computer for work or school, and that is Office software. For years, we've kind of been conditioned to believe that professional grade documents and spreadsheets require these really expensive proprietary subscriptions. But the truth is, there's a massive, cost effective alternative going head to head with the industry giants right now. Today, we are demystifying LibreOffice. It's the open source powerhouse that is totally reshaping how we think about productivity. Here is our quick roadmap for today. First, the open source alternative. Second, LibreOffice versus Microsoft Office. Third, mastering LibreOffice Writer. And finally, number crunching in Calc. Let's jump right in. Now, if we look at the comprehensive LibreOffice documentation, it reveals this incredibly deep, robust suite. I mean, from word processing to complex data management, vector graphics, and even formula editing, it's just a fully realized productivity ecosystem. Okay, Section 1, the open source alternative. Let's actually trace this incredible 20-plus year evolution. A lot of people kind of mistakenly think open source software is just some trendy new app built by a few hobbyists in a basement over the weekend. But LibreOffice actually traces its DNA all the way back to 1985 with a program called StarWriter. It evolved. It was eventually acquired by the tech giant Sun Microsystems in 1999 to become OpenOffice. And then in 2010, the community executed a major fork led by the Document Foundation. And that gave birth to LibreOffice exactly as we know it today. So the big takeaway here, this isn't just a beta test. It's a battle-tested, enterprise-grade tool refined over decades. But wait, what does open source actually mean for your daily workflow? Well, it simply means the original source code is freely available for anyone to modify and redistribute. It's absolutely crucial to understand that this isn't driven by corporate shareholders who are just demanding higher and higher subscription fees. Nope, it's completely community-driven. You've literally got thousands of passionate developers collaborating globally to fix bugs and add cool new features. Moving on to Section 2, LibreOffice versus Microsoft Office. So we're really looking at two totally distinct philosophies here. Microsoft Office relies heavily on a paid subscription model. It limits you to certain operating systems, and it increasingly forces you right into their cloud ecosystem. LibreOffice, on the other hand, is completely free. It has incredible cross-platform compatibility. We're talking Windows, Mac, Linux, the whole shebang. And honestly, most importantly, it champions local first data ownership. That means your files live entirely on your hard drive, right where they belong. Now, I get it. If you're used to the Microsoft ecosystem, learning new software can definitely feel a bit daunting. But check this out. Every tool you use in Microsoft has a direct, powerful equivalent in LibreOffice. It's like a direct translation. Word translates perfectly to Writer. Excel is Calc. PowerPoint is Impress. Access becomes Base. The equation editor becomes Math. And Visio translates over to Draw. It is pretty much a complete one-to-one replacement, making the switch way easier than you'd probably expect. All right, Section 3, Mastering LibreOffice Writer. Let's talk about Writer. It goes far, far beyond just a basic text pad. Its core features include things like advanced styles, which guarantees that your headings, fonts, and spacing are perfectly consistent even across massive reports. It also features robust mail merge for natively handling hundreds of personalized mass emails. And my personal favorite standout feature? Native, built-in PDF export. Seriously, there are no clunky third-party plugins needed here. You just export, and your document is locked down and ready to share. And here is the absolute best part. Crucially, your daily workflow doesn't actually have to radically change. Those universal keyboard shortcuts you've spent years committing to muscle memory, Control+C to copy, Control+V to paste, Control+Z to undo, Control+save, they all map seamlessly right into LibreOffice. You are going to get immediate, usable value from day one without having to relearn your basic keystrokes. It's a real game changer. Which brings us to Section 4, number crunching in Calc. Okay, so writing documents is one thing, right? But what about your data? When it's time to manage heavy budgets, analyze sales figures, or process really large data sets, you need something that isn't going to just freeze up or crash on you. You need heavy-duty capability. 1,048,576. Yep, you heard that right. That is the exact number of rows available to you in a single Calc spreadsheet. So if you were worried, let me assure you, LibreOffice is definitely not some stripped-down, light version of a spreadsheet. It is built from the ground up with enterprise-grade capacity to handle immense data sets without skipping a single beat. And beyond just that massive raw row count, Calc features incredibly comprehensive built-in mathematical and statistical functions. It includes powerful pivot tables, which are totally essential for summarizing those giant blocks of numbers so you can find the actual story hidden inside them. Plus, it offers dynamic charting and visual graphs so you can actually present those findings clearly to your team. It honestly rivals any paid software out there when it comes to sorting and analyzing your data. So, we'll wrap up this explainer with a final thought for you to really chew on. LibreOffice defaults to the Open Document Format, or ODF. And because it's an open standard, it guarantees that your .odt text files and your .ods spreadsheets belong entirely to you, forever. No corporation can suddenly lock you out of your own files just because your credit card expired. So I've got to leave you with this question. If you can have all of this power, privacy, and true data ownership, why keep paying to rent your own work? It might just be time to finally make the switch. Thanks for joining us on this explainer.